You guys ready? Kenny, all set up?
Yeah. Lights? Yeah, lights. Okay.
All right. So
People are logging in.
people are logging in.
Chat, right?
Where's the chat? Okay, so can you bring it up on the screen in the front? Okay, all right. So, all right, I can't see the names here. Just make sure, type in there, make sure everyone is introducing themselves. All right. Hey guys, welcome to the live filming of my QiMen Divinity online training program. Now, in case you guys are new to this type of online training, what happens here is now I have a whole team of about, let's see how many of us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of us right here in this studio, and we are going to film the QiMen Divinity program, and I want you guys to have a front seat, which is right here, right now. And you're going to be able to see this because all you guys are part of my tribe, and you guys have some point either bought a book or have read something about QiMen or participated in our QiMen Academy or even Feng Shui Academy or Bazi Academy. So this is something I want to reconnect with you guys and allow you a front row access to my private training room. So if you are able to see this right now, please drop me a hello and tell me where you're from. Great, all right, thank you so much. It's good to see all of you here. So we're waiting for more people to join. We have thousands of people who already registered for this, so I'm just waiting for everyone to join here. Some of you are already asking how long would this take. Listen, as long as it would take, because normally when I film the modules, normally each module, it's about, a minimum of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, but sometimes it goes a bit longer. As some of you have been through my online program, I like to give a lot of content. And while I'm filming this, I will be going backstage to the real stage, which is in front of a different camera, and that's where I'll be actually doing the actual product. I'm going to tell you more about this as we are going through our orientation today. Okay, so just so you know, I'm actually filming a $2,000 product right now. Okay, this is a $2,000 product, and it will be ready after post-production, maybe about two months from now. So this is how we're doing this, okay? So I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm creating this, because some of you might already know that I've created a program called the QiMen Academy. It's really successful. It's been going on for 2.5 years right now. It's an online training program. We have thousands of students around the world, and we actually do a live program where some of the graduates actually come to the live program, and if you can see some of the photos and videos which I'll play here on our backstage here a little bit, you can see there are thousands of people in the program, and I actually hear a lot of feedback about them applying this stuff, and there are stuff that there are techniques that they're using successfully, and then they have some questions. And it's through these questions, through the feedback, through talking to them that came up with, that I actually come up with this new program here called QiMen Divinity. Okay, so I want you to see this as I'm doing this program, how we answer some of the major questions about QiMen, how they can get into the right, spiritual energy, because sometimes they try to manifest an outcome. For those of you who are new, not to worry. I actually have, during the training, you get all the basics that you need, all right? For those of you who have been to QiMen before, QiMen is the ability to do, 3 things, okay? Number 1, be able to enhance your spiritual energy to manifest a specific reality. Number 2, to actually do a forecast of your intended actions and activities to be able to forecast the actual outcome of something. And number 3, which is very important in QiMen Academy, we talked about specific timing, strategic execution, where you can perform a certain activity at a specific time to get the results that you want. So this is like a QiMen battle plan. Now, we've talked about that before, but what it doesn't address is how do you get into the right energy framework, right? Because sometimes people say, hey, I know all this stuff, but I can't manifest the reality. I can't see that possibility. I can't create the miracles. Well, in short, that's what QiMen Divinity is about. It's about being able to actually manifest the miracle, to connect to your higher intelligence or higher self or your divine self or source energy, to be able to initiate the right programming or the command. Now, in QiMen, we use the word command. Some of you say, I can't use the word command. How can you command higher intelligence? Now, high intelligence is you, all right? So it's a different form. I think if it's a command that you give yourself, that you're connecting it correctly, you're able to get the outcome. So I want to get you in the right mind frame or spiritual energy frame that you will be able to manifest this correctly. And more importantly, what we didn't address in the previous programs, probably in the free programs or the articles, is stuff where, how about the palaces in your QiMen Destiny chart? Well, we're going to address all of that as well in this new program. And lastly, I'm going to introduce you to the QiMen divination system called the QiMen Oracle. Okay, so this is really, really interesting, and it'll be the next 4 days where I'm actually going to do the entire filming of this program. Okay, now, okay, some of you saying this is the first time you're watching a program. Well, thank you so much for your interest and your trust in connecting with me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Joey Yap. I am the creator of the QiMen Academy, Feng Shui Academy, and of course the Grow Rich with Parts program. And I have been teaching metaphysics for the last 23 years. And probably some of you who might at some point read my books or watched my TV program, read some articles that I've done over the years. So I have authored 179 books to date at point of filming this program right now. And yes, yeah, how do I write 179 books? Yeah, I have lots of free time. So basically, I have a team to help me, and I'm really interested in metaphysics since I was 19 years old. I've been practicing this, and so I've wrote that many books with the help of my team, of course. And for those of you who are for the first time joining the Joey Yap Academy, I'm a founder of a multi-million-dollar company that specializes on the consulting and the teaching of metaphysics knowledge, such as QiMen, Feng Shui, Parts. So if it's anything to do with Chinese metaphysics, you probably at some point, somewhere in your journey, you probably come across some of the work that I've done. Okay, so today, I count in amongst the many projects I've done around the world. I've done mega Feng Shui projects for places like, if you're from London, you've probably seen Battersea, or Bishopsgate, right? So I've done some properties there, and also the London City Island, or the Wardian, which is in the what's that place? Canary Wharf. And if you're from Australia, there's the Aurora project. So all over the world. Okay, so I've been doing Feng Shui, QiMen, and Parts for people from all walks of life, not just the rich and powerful, but for ordinary folks, just like you and I, who are just getting started in their journey and wanted to have a breakthrough and get to, hoping that they could make some of their dreams come true. So I'd like to welcome all of you to my world. And in the next 4 days that we're going to spend together, I am going to teach you QiMen. And even if you're new, right, for those of you who are just logging in right now, who is joining me, this is your private training room, and you get to watch these videos right now because we're going to stream it as I'm filming it, and you can watch it while it's still on this page. Thereafter, I will, of course, this page will be shut down because we're going to take the actual content, which I'm going to film right at the studio. I'm going to just show you the studio. It's really cool. This is how I do my filming. I'm going to walk backstage. This is actually that's the backstage, and this is the front stage, where I'm going to look at that camera. There are several cameras here on the sides, and I'm actually going to do the program. Okay, so and this is how I normally do it. For those of you who have done QiMen Academy, Feng Shui Academy, this is how I do it. This is my playroom, right, where I have this screen, and I have the slides here, and then I can walk to the side here where I have my table, and you guys can still see me here. That's why I have the camera set up there. But that's why I'm going to talk to this camera, and there's another camera here that actually films whatever I write onto the notes, which is done for the final product. Okay, so the final, of course, will be a fully professionally edited program, like how you normally get it. But this part is where you guys get to watch it here for free. Okay, then after this, we're going to package it nicely and do all the inserts and the nice videos and prepare the notes and stuff. That's when we're going to release it as a $1,997 product, a $2,000 product. Okay, so there's a lot of work that goes behind the scene. You might think, oh, it's just 4 days and I make $2,000. No, there are 12 people behind here right now. 3 months of work, preparation before and preparation during. I just want to see, I want to show you guys how we do it. It's a lot of work done. The editing, then the sound, and then the slides need to be slotted in. And then, of course, the notes, right? The notes are not prepared before the program. It's actually done after I've actually done the actual content, and then the entire team plus me plus everyone else, we're going to sit down and do the notes and refine certain thing, cut certain thing out, and put something else in where it's missing out. So a lot of stuff. While the filming is done in 3 to 4 hours time, but the actual product takes a long thing. So I'm thinking the product will be released by just before Christmas. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So I want you guys, as part of my tribe, to be able to watch all this. All right, so I hope you guys enjoy. And also, just so you know, my content is usually I need it to be very relevant. That's why I'm actually reading all these questions that you're sending in. I will be addressing a lot of it, and as I'm reading it and as I'm filming this, the actual final product itself, I read it and then I might refine the content to address the real questions, the real situations that you're going through in the program. So that's why.
Tell them that we have coaches on the chat.
Oh yeah, okay, that's good one. Guys, I actually have coaches right now in the chat room. All right, coaches, say hello. All right, so we're all in the chat room right now, and we will be talking to you, addressing this. Now, if you're new, all right, don't worry, part of the training itself will bring you up to speed. They will be introducing you to the system. If you're already familiar with QiMen, this will add on to the fundamentals that and strengthen for your foundation. And here's the thing, all right? It actually takes you to the next level. All right? This program is totally different than the programs that have been out there, that I put out there before. So it's different than the QiMen Academy Basic and the QiMen Academy Advanced tier. This is a standalone program on QiMen Divinity. And I have a term for it, and the name of this program is called the Abundance Blueprint, how you actually get yourself to be able to manifest the miracles, control your programming or manifestation, increase your vibrational energy to attract more prosperity and abundance into your life, and more importantly, be able to use part of the QiMen Oracle, which for those of you who have done it before, done QiMen before, you have never seen this before, it's called the QiMen Horary Chart. The Horary Chart is based on the specific minute you plot the chart, and you can actually, even if you don't have a question, the universe can give you some guidance. Okay, so here is what's the next 4 days about. Okay, so if you ever thought about wanting a system that can help you create your own miracles in your life and never to ever be stuck or feel stuck again, well then this is the right place for you, because I'm going to actually be doing the product to do precisely that. Okay, and for those of you who would like to break free from the limitations that you have. Now, the limitations are two things. One is the external, right? Some people out there, some assholes out there might be giving you shit, and that could be real, right? Not everything is your fault, right? Some of it are circumstances. Hopefully, some of them are not people, but they could be people. Some it could be negative energy. Some it could be environmental. We don't know what it is, right? But it's not always your fault. But there could be some shit that is causing you problem, and we want to know what it is so we can eliminate it. And of course, part of it is also our own self, right? Because we could have been limiting ourselves unknowingly, right, on certain aspects. Some of us are great at our career, but we really suck at home as a husband or a wife. And some of us are great in terms of our relationship, but our health is deteriorating, right? There's certain parts of our health is not so good. We get tired all the time, right? Or maybe your emotional is unstable, and your career is all right, but your wealth is not good, or you can make money while you're working, but you don't know how to make your money work hard for you. There are a lot of things. No one is perfect, right? So we have, that's how I come up with this program, where we're going to help us understand what's affecting these problems externally and internally, and then we try and effect change. So it's getting whatever you want in life based on whatever you've got right now. Okay, so, and probably you read some books. That's great. Even if you've not, you're in the right place for this. Okay, so before we start, you gotta really know, right? Are you there yet financially, or where would you like to be financially in terms of your fixed income, your asset allocation? Because now, a lot of people just work hard to make money, but they don't make their money work hard because they don't know how, right? They keep thinking if the opportunity comes. Now, the opportunity might have already been there, but you don't recognize it. So this QiMen Divinity program, I want to show you how you can actually see it, right? If you don't see it, how you can use it? So a lot of times it's not your fault that you missed the opportunities. Like you didn't even know it was there in the first place, okay? So, or maybe mentally there are some sort of blockages, like, some people always feel that can't trust anyone, right? In a partnership, well, I don't know if the partner can be trusted. I don't know if I start this business. I don't know if I should do that. Listen, the reason why you don't have that is because internally you don't have that foundation and strength of that, that confidence to do something. Listen, we don't take action. Human beings, all of us, don't take action until we are absolutely sure of certain amount of success can be achieved, okay? So until you get to that level of assurance, you won't even take action. So a lot of times we know something, but we don't do what we know because we're not sure, all right? Or somehow there is some sort of doubt in there. This doubt is energy. So if you can just modify that energy, that mental block disappears and you'll be all right, okay? So, and some of us are not going, spiritually now. Spiritually, I'm saying it's not, it's not religious. You won't, some of you are saying, do you need to do the mantras and stuff? Listen, there are no mantras to be done. There are no prayers either. All right, spiritual is your understanding and your enlightenment, right? If you become a better person at the end, then you're spiritually evolved. If you are unaware of things, all right, you don't know what's going on, you are forgetful, all right, you don't know shit that's happening from one thing to another, then you're spiritually dumb, all right? That's the problem. You gotta change that, okay? Listen, if you're blur all the time, some people are just absolutely blur in life, don't know what the hell is going on, and then shit happens to them because they're unaware, right? Heightening your mental alertness is a spiritual enlightenment or evolve, right? That's the whole idea of getting to that state. In order to control something, first you need to be aware of something, okay? If you're not aware of it, you can't change it, right? So it starts with that, all right? So whatever is holding you back, all right? A lot of things that are holding you back, it could be you, it could be your courage, it could be fear. This is the right place. This will be the right program that I'm going to be, giving the training on, and it's really about breaking those invisible chains and allowing you to, go high and make your default, performance, your default programming. It's about success and progress, all right? That's what we really want. So we're going to set you on the right path for personal growth, and hopefully this can skyrocket your career. No, not hopefully. I think if you follow through with the program, and and this is, I know you get to watch it. It's free, and if you commit the time to actually going through this, I'm pretty sure it will change your life, okay? And of course, on a side note here, I really hope that if you enjoyed watching this and you want the full notes and stuff, at the end of the day, I will give you an offer to actually purchase the final product, okay? So I want to give you full value first, let you watch everything and enjoy this, and if you see value in this, do participate in this and support me and my team here by, getting this program. I'm pretty sure you will enjoy the final product when it's fully edited. Okay, so, and for those of you who are, you're asking about relationships, sure, all right? Finding one or improving one, not a problem with this, okay? It all starts with the self and improving the nature of your energy. If your energy is good, you see the positive in other people. If your energy is negative, you know what will happen? Every day you see the shit, even your spouse breathes, you don't like the way he or she breathes. That's the problem. If you see mistakes and problems all the time, you don't have love. Listen, part of love is the absence of judgment, right? If you keep judging somebody, then highly likely you don't really love that person, right? And if you love that person, you probably can't even hear his snore. You can't see all the bad stuff, right? You just see the good stuff. So this is what we will be doing, and of course, if you can improve your energy, you can also modify your energy patterns to attract the right type of health aspects. If you keep having chronic illness and lack of energy, you can't wake up properly and you see negatives all the time, you get bullied all the time, that really is an energy pattern that we need to change, okay? And we're going to do that, okay? Now, some of you thinking, I'm going to watch this later. Don't. You got to watch it as I'm doing it live right now. Listen, me and my team right now, all 12 of us, maybe more joining us here, we are doing this live for you. So you need to set aside the time. You need to commit the time. Yes, it's free, but your time is not, I know. So you need to commit your time, and every day at GMT plus 8, which is Malaysia, 8:30 p.m., I'm going to go live, and I'm going to actually give you this content, okay? And there'll be questions and answers by coaches or even myself when I see it. So therefore, you need to participate live. And here's the most interesting thing. We have giveaways. Let me show you, right? We have some of my stuff here. Right, guys, can you bring it here? Right, so I have my stuff here, books here, which we have some additional stocks that are really good books. And if you participate while we're doing the live, and bring out whatever we have. while I'm doing live, and if I see you participating and you're answering my question, I'm going to give this book to you, right? Depending, there are many more books here. We give the prize to you live. Some prize will be books, some prize will be bigger than books, so you want to, right? And signed copies, right? So you get that while we are doing this live program. So if you're not watching it live, you don't get the free giveaways, okay? So we have a lot more books here, right? We're going to give away. Okay, so it's anywhere from $20, $30 to a couple of $100 products that we are currently offering. So yeah, so make sure you guys are joining me live every single day. Okay, from 8:30 until late. I would expect about 3 to 4 hours, right? But if you plan the time, here you're learning a $2,000 program for free, and you get some giveaways, and hopefully, I hope that I can make an impact in your life, and eventually. You can also return to us and participate in our program when the final product is done. Okay, so of course the final product will have all the notes and stuff which we don't have it right now, but you get a lot of stuff. Okay, so now you have the overview. Let me give you what this 4 days is about. Okay, so can you see it right here? All right, guys, can they see it? They should be able to see it, right? Okay, so these are the 8 lessons or modules. But listen. Normally, let me tell you the secret, I plan for 8, but while I'm actually on stage, in tune with the energies, and while I'm filming and while I see your questions that you post here, I might have additional topics. But right now, I have planned for this path to be a 8-part section. So I want to just see what I'm going to cover. Today, after I complete with the introduction and overview, I'm going to go straight to filming lesson 1. So lesson 1 is about awakening. And it will be done today, okay? So you make sure you watch this, Awakening, and it's about awakening your QiMen spiritual energy for life-changing success. And this is where you get introduced to the QiMen Pathfinder. Guys, can you hand me a QiMen Pathfinder printout? Okay, I'm going to bring this out right now. Guys, I think it's on the desk. Okay, so what happens is at this part here, we are going to introduce you to this chart, which obviously is important because this chart is where you key in your, okay, you have a look at this. Yeah, some of you have it, some if not, then the instructors, can you please key in where they can get the page one? No, man, key in into the thing, all right, so they can see it. Okay, all right, so this is live as you can see, so sometimes we miss out stuff, but not to worry. So this is your Pathfinder, okay? And it has all the palaces written out, and I'm going to show you, how you can activate your spiritual energy by understanding this chart, and what are the key components necessary. So this is the introduction to the whole thing. For some of you who already have some basics in QiMen, you should watch this again also because this gives you the foundation of the entire program, which is QiMen Divinity, which access a different level of QiMen. It's a part of QiMen Destiny chart, part QiMen Spiritual Charts. Okay, and also once you understand what are the key components necessary, then we move on to the infinite cosmos, where you can, the goal of the second part, which I will be talking about in day 2. Day 2 is when I'm going to cover 3 lessons. I'm going to be filming it right here, but I'm going to be talking about the infinite cosmos. Effortlessly, this is the goal, effortlessly elevate any areas of your life at will. Okay, so how do you do that? You're going to pre-program yourself and train each and every spiritual guardian deity that you have. Okay, I'm going to tell you how to do that, how to give them the correct instructions. But first you need your map. This is like your map and you know what to do. And then I'll tell you exactly, which areas and how to focus and what the correct exercise. Now, for those of you who are just joining me right now, which I can see, for those of you who are joining me, I know you're new. Those of you who've been watching previously, here's what I need you guys to do. Please help the newbies, because when I go on stage, I'm not going to be talking to you. I'm going to be talking to the actual filming camera. So I need you, those who are already here, seniors, right, or those who've been watching before, please update those who have just joined. Can you do that for me? All right, thank you so much, right? I appreciate that. And please participate more live, because I only give this stuff, right, the giveaways that I have, all these nice books I have. I got like 20, 30 titles here, giveaways. When I see your name participate all the time. If you just come out of the blue, I probably won't recognize you, okay? So also you need to come back to the private training room because I update this agenda every end of the day and every day itself because as I'm filming, things change and your questions might change the agenda, but this is generally what I'll be doing. And please come back to the private training room because there are the latest notes and the latest announcements. It will be placed here. So you got to bookmark this. You can watch it on your phone. I suggest you watch it on your computer because the screen is larger. And it's very important that you keep coming back and keep helping each other out, all right? So that will be on day 2, which is tomorrow. And then I will also, after I film that, I will be filming the QiMen commands. A lot of you don't know how to give the right command. What should you be saying, right? What's the correct way to not make a wish, but how do you ask for something? How do you manifest something? The correct commands, what all, most of the QiMen Academy students have been asking me throughout. I see some of you are asking me right now, right? Ask me, how do you ask the right questions? Well, I'm telling you, it's not asking the question, it's making the command. And I'll show you exactly, how and why all manifestations that fail, it is because of this. So this will address everything. And once I get that done, then I will follow up with the success path, which is the spiritual formula for unshakable mental toughness and outrageous success. This is actually how you permanently get the spiritual guardians that you have in your different aspects of your life to continuously work on you, to help you become better, okay? So see, it's important that you don't just make a wish and then walk away and do nothing, right? You want to be able to constantly, actively help you become better, even while you sleep, right? So that's something that I think the success path need to be implemented. You need a specific roadmap to get to, where you want to be. So that's on lesson 4. So it's a combination of spiritual QiMen, QiMen Destiny, which a lot of you have not learned before, and the format, all right? How do you actually manifest? So it's a lot about commanding for the right outcome, all right? So, and then on day 3, I'm going to cover 3 more topics on day 3. So the first topic is so interesting. This is what everyone wants to know. How do you activate your superpowers? First of all, do you have a superpower? Well, of course you do, right? What do you mean by that, right? It's like activating your spiritual muscles. I would say, if you want to go for, let's say, you want to meet somebody, why don't you activate attraction, right? Before you go meet someone. If someone is important to you, you want to be a bit more attractive, right? Not just the way you look, but energetically. Or activate super learning before, going to school or going where to learn. You want to be at your top level of heightened awareness to learn something. You can activate so many other things, right? Your courage, you can activate courage. You can activate, faith. You can activate speed. Some people do things slowly, right? I have met with so many people who join our team and all that. We do, well, at least I do with my close team here, many things at the same time, right? You can ask, all these guys here who are working with us. I do, I'm filming this stuff from 8 to 12 or maybe 1 at night. When in the morning I'm doing other things, doing consults, meeting people. I do many things at the same period of time, okay? So you got to activate multitasking. I think that's something that you think, oh, there's no such thing as multitasking. Listen, there is. You just didn't activate it. Or you don't know where it exists in you, right? So you could activate stuff like that give you superhuman abilities, or at least it seems superhuman to other people, right? And you'll be able to do things much better than others, right? And listen, you don't need to activate that much. It's just 1%. Listen, the thing that separates the winners and the losers is that 1%, okay? All you have to do is 1% better, you'll be the winner. So activate multitasking, activate super learning, activate courage. When we are fearful, we don't do anything. A lot of times we make mistakes. We don't know there's a hidden fear. We fear making the mistakes, and therefore we make more of the mistakes. What if you activate faith? Faith is the antidote of fear. You got to activate faith. So there's a lot of things you can do. You just didn't know it can be done, and it will look superhuman to other people who don't have it, okay? But generally, every human being can do it if you understand your roadmap, okay? So I think you will like that, right? So, and part of day 2 will also include bending reality. A lot of times we want certain things to happen, and we have done a QiMen forecast, and some of you have learned forecasting. If not, it's fine. It's okay. It's a standalone topic here. But suppose you know forecasting, you forecasted something, and you don't like the outcome, or you knew an impending, doom or failure is coming. could you bend reality to your favor? Now, this concept didn't come from me. It comes from people like Steve Jobs. If you read his book, you see it there. Well, there's a way to do that using QiMen. You want to make extraordinary performance your default state every time you go out, all right? So that helps you a lot. And it helped me in my career. It should be able to help you in your career, in your business, in your personal life. Yeah, so this should be something that you would like doing. And of course, the last day is important because this is where I'm going to introduce to you the QiMen Oracle, which is part of the QiMen Divination system. We will be reconnecting with your divine intelligence. That means, in a nutshell, is this, okay? The last couple of lessons, the last day, I'll be focusing on this chart. Okay, I'm going to be focusing on this chart. Where is the chart? Oh, guys, you didn't give me the chart. See? Luckily, I'm doing this live because that means I don't have to kill them. All right, so here it is. This is the chart. Some of you have not seen this chart. Okay, this chart is the minute chart, all right? So it's a minute chart. This is done when we just started this program at around 8, but we didn't start exactly at 8 o'clock today, but this was the 8 o'clock chart. Every 10 minutes, there is a new chart. And some of you don't recognize this, okay? I'm going to put it up here. If you can see it clearly right now, this is like a totally different QiMen chart because it's based on the minute. All right, let me just focus the chart. Okay, guys, can you just do a focus on this? Yeah, you see this? Yep. Isn't it cool? All right. So can you see that the doors and stems are there, but this is based on the minute, and you have 12 different stars and 12 different spirit charts. Okay, so they are all listed here. You could see. And you also have different palaces, and these are related to your 7-star path, okay? So we get to this on the third day, and this is the QiMen Oracle. I know some of you are very anxious to get the software. Listen, the software is going to be ready in 2 or 3 months' time, okay? But this is my beta version of it, and remember, we're filming this program, right? But learn the techniques first, because when it's ready, then you'll be able to use it. But the chart is it's for this, right? Let me, in a nutshell, is this. Some people who know how to ask questions can use QiMen to forecast the eventual outcome of something. That's forecasting based on the whole hour. But some people don't know how to ask questions. This is the main problem. I don't know what to ask. I ask, should I do something? Should I not do something? Or maybe some days you feel really worried. There's sort of like you feel butterflies in your stomach, or you feel a little bit of anxiety and you don't know what it is. Don't worry. We ask the oracle. So the oracle will plot based on that minute. Whatever you're feeling, you don't even know what the feeling is, right? Some worries that you have, and this chart will tell you what it is. It could be because you have some negative energy, or it could be because there's certain anxiety that you haven't solved, or maybe there's certain grievances that is attached to certain things that you're doing right now. So there's a lot of stuff. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that that you could be doing. I'm going to show you how to use this, and of course that will lead on to the topic 8, which is accessing the infinite wisdom, because with that you will be able to get guidance all the time. It's like basically having the divine energy tell you, what are you facing right now. Now the difference between the oracle and the forecasting, I can give you in a nutshell, it represents this. In the oracle, you don't need to know the question. You just need to describe generally that you're feeling uncertain, you want to know what it means, okay? So basically, you can let the oracle tell you, all right? But the oracle, the difference between oracle and QiMen forecasting is solution-based. It's a how-based system. Oracle doesn't tell you the solving of a problem. It just gives you the wisdom, okay? It may say the reason why you're feeling sad right now is because you're attached to, A, B, and C, or you're having a wrong understanding of A, B, and C. It doesn't tell you to solve it or not solve it. It just tells you as it is. So it's like a mirror reflecting your current situation. So it's a lot of, it's all about awareness, right? So you become aware of what's affecting you, and then you decide whether you want to change it or not, right? So some people say, I'm stuck in my career, I don't know what's happening. Well, don't worry. Let the oracle tell you what's happening, all right? It could be this, it could be external, it could be whatever, right? It could be you offended someone you didn't know, right? The oracle can reveal to you. So that's the good part about having the oracle. Whereas QiMen forecasting doesn't tell you the cause of a problem. The oracle can tell you the cause of a problem, and therefore you're empowered, and you can make a decision, therefore, to solve it or not on your own. Whether you're successful in solving it, then you can use your QiMen forecasting, which is part of the QiMen Academy that you've learned before, that solves the problem. But you can't solve a problem that isn't. That's the thing, right? A lot of people try to solve a problem, but they don't know, they're not solving a real problem, they're trying to solve a symptom. So the oracle tells you the real problem. And after you understand what the real problem is, the real cause of something, that enables you to solve it or eventually take action, okay? So basically it's about knowing the truth, right? The oracle reveals the truth. And you know why you want to know the truth? The truth will set you what? Write it down. That's right, the truth will set you free. But here's the thing, free to do what? Free to take action. Free to decide whether you want to do something or not. If you know the truth and you don't take action, the truth cannot change. And you can only take action on truth that is real, right? If you know something and you know it's fake, you can't do anything about it, right? So the truth will set you free to make take an action or make a choice, okay? I'll give you a rough example, right? Suppose a person discovered that the boyfriend is cheating on her. Now you know the truth. You seek the truth and you found out the truth. Now that you know, what are you going to do? You have two choices, accept or break up, because you now know about it. If you don't know, you can't take action. But if you know and you're not going to do anything about the truth, it causes pain, all right? So the oracle is for you to know the truth. But will it be able to help you? That's you, right? You need to decide, all right? So don't worry. We'll come to that part and I'll show you how you gain wisdom, right, by embracing the QiMen oracle, right? So you can fulfill your life purpose better when you understand what the oracle is trying to teach you and all that. Okay, so now it's so important that before we get started, I need you to prepare by going to plot your own QiMen chart. You don't plot this yet, okay? You just go and plot your basic Pathfinder, which is your destiny chart. You can go to joeyup.com/QiMenX. Guys, can you post it on the comment section right now where they have it? Yeah, and join the special QiMen Academy Facebook group, because live Q&A is done here, right? Any other than that, the other Q&A is actually done on the private Facebook group that we have, okay? So while we're here, the instructors, my team, and everyone else here can talk to you, but once this live session is over, they can't talk anymore, all right? So take note of that, okay? Now, some of you are asking whether you should be spending 4 days or not. You want to know what benefits who? Let me tell you who it benefits, okay? Now, listen, this training, obviously, it's not for everybody, right? So if you don't fall under one of these categories or groups that I'm about to explain to you, then really don't waste your time 4 days with us, all right? So here are the first of the 4 groups. Number 1, those that are more attuned to energy, okay? If you're one of those that are very attuned to energy, meaning you know you're gifted or somehow feel that you're pretty awakened, you are attuned to energy, but you don't have or you can't have that breakthrough spiritually, then this is the right program, because now I'm going to show you a roadmap to actually having or creating that breakthrough, okay? Now, some of you are not attuned to energy, but you believe in energy. That's the second type of people. You believe that there is out there. It's just that you don't have time to explore it. You didn't have someone telling you how. Well, if you're unsure whether this energy is affecting you negatively or positively, then you're in the right place as well, because this program, what I'm about to film, will help you, understand it. So it's either A, you are attuned. Number 2, you believe in it, but you don't know whether it's negatively or positively affecting you, okay? Number 3 are those who are indifferent. They are neutral, right? They don't really care if energy exists right now, but they want to enjoy the comforts or the benefits of it. For example, some people don't really believe that electricity, but as long as it's there and it's giving me the comfort, well, why not, right? It's like me enjoying, Google Home recently, right? I don't really wanted to install it, but someone in my house installed it, and I found it really effective using it. So for those of you having Google Home or Siri or whatever it is, it's pretty neat to have it. But I was neutral to it. I wasn't against installing Google Home, but if it's installed, why not use it? Okay, as long as I don't have to do the work, right? So here's the thing. If you're neutral to energy, you're in the right place, because I'm going to show you how you can install it into your life and make it effortless, right? The default programming will be to improve your life. How about that, okay? It's like you coming to, recently I bought a thing. It's called an emblem mug. I think any of you guys have that? I bought it in the States while I was there just a couple of weeks ago. And apparently, if you put the mug onto this plate, and it just keeps it warm at 52 degrees for the, I think the coffee or a tea, and you don't have to do anything for it. You just put it on. and it keeps it at 52, and apparently it's at a nice temperature. So I like that, right? I like it ready-made for me. I don't like to program this shit. I just like to have it, right? So if you're part of this category, the neutral group, then I'm going to tell you how you can have some preset programming that you could use and just put it on default, right? The default is to improve, default is to be intuitive. Why not, okay? Now, and for the last group, which is a minority group, otherwise you wouldn't be here, but nevertheless, you might be those who actually don't believe in any energy at all, okay? But you know that you don't believe in it, but you've been trying everything else in this world. You've been working really, really hard. You've been burning the midnight oil. You've been hustling all the time, but you get stuck. You don't get the results that you want in your life, right? You seem to have tried everything. You're an honest person. You make a decent living, right? You're kind, and then you don't get your returns, right? You know that something is wrong somewhere. Well, that's an energy block, but you don't believe in it. That's fine, all right? Keep an open mind. I need you to keep an open mind, though. And throughout the 8 lessons that I've planned, you will be able to get some answers, and hopefully this can unblock you, and so you can continue your hustle, and then you actually get the results that you want in your life. Okay, listen, there can only be 2 things here. It's where you are and then where you want to be. Where you want to be is where you get your goals, all right? Otherwise, if you think about it, right, if you are attuned to energy, but you don't have that breakthrough, it's a hit and miss. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't get it, sometimes you manifest, sometimes you don't. Why not have a proper structured system, right? Otherwise, it's frustrating, right? Every time it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna manifest this, and then when it comes to important shit, it doesn't work, right? So you don't want that. And for those who have believed in energy long enough, but you don't know whether you're positively or negatively affecting, hey, you know, sometimes your aura could be dark and some negative energy is affecting you, and that's why you fall sick all the time, and you don't know why, but you know something is affecting you. Well, this is the right place. Let's clear that up once and for all. Maybe that's what, you know, you can help you. Some of you are your downward spiral, right? You one bad shit happening after one another. Well, that you have bad energies affecting you. Listen, if you're going through so-called bad patch in your life, right? That shit is happening, right? Some is even worse. Some people are dying in their life, right? Or they are dying, right? Then really you need to arrest that energy. Then hopefully, I can't guarantee you, but hopefully it can arrest that problem and put you back on a tangent for positive upward spiral. I'm going to explain that process as well, okay? So this helps you create the outcome that you want. And of course, if you're neutral, that's the best way to work because you're not against it, you just don't know, you don't have the preset systems. Let me give you the preset system, all ready-made, and you just apply it to your life, right? And for those of you who don't believe in energy, well, it's harder for you, but here's what I request. Keep an open mind. I don't need you to believe in energy, but I do need you to have an open mind that it's possible to be better, it's possible to be happier, it's that you are worth the time, okay? So I need you to spend or invest the next 4 days with me as I'm going through these 8 lessons, and hopefully I can get you to that state. And at the end of the day, if you enjoy this, even if you're not buying the program, I think I've served you, and hopefully you can change. But those of you who want all the details at the final edit, and we're going to include all the notes and additional videos and stuff, then of course I do hope that you will give us a chance to serve you more and participate in this program. So at the end of the day, I'm going to make you an offer to open enrollment for this program. Okay, so be alerted for that. I want you to know upfront, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to offer you to join the academy at the end. All right, so take note of that. All right, so learn as much as you can, and hopefully this will bring you to the level that you want to achieve in life. Okay, so we covered most of it, right, Kenny?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, if you guys just logged in, why are you late? All right, but no worries. Those who are already in here, yeah. First thing, yes, well, go ahead. Introduce yourself, right? Introduce yourself. Thank you. And second thing, those who already been here for some time, if you see some of the beginner questions here, make sure you help them out here, because when I'm on stage, for those of you new, remember this is my stage.
Hang on, can you tell them some of them are on Facebook messaging us?
Oh, okay, yeah. Some of you are messaging me on Facebook. Don't do that. Okay, not now. All right. Yeah. Tell them on Facebook that they're supposed to log into the private training, which is right here.
Okay.
Okay, can you do that? Yeah.
You have to log into the chat row under the page.
Okay, yeah, log in under this chat right now under the private training room. Okay, I see your chat here. I just see there's a lot of you saying hello, hi, you know, yeah,
For
good.
those unable to chat, log into the chat before they can start typing. Yeah.
Okay, for those of you who are unable to chat, you gotta log into the chat first, right?
Yeah, the chat.
Okay, in case you know, I'm not talking to an imaginary person here. Come. This is Kenny.
Hello.
Yeah, this camera, this one.
You gotta log into the chat row before you can.
You can talk to this mic. Yeah.
Start keying in your questions. So log in. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So log into the chat room. All right. So these guys here behind the scene. Hey, you can show your logo, man. Yeah. This is the team that's handling this stuff right now. Okay, so log in there, and then whatever you need, this is the chat room for the live, right? I'm seeing a lot of questions. Hey everyone, I'm good to see the familiar names as well. I can't address all of you, but it's cool. And I'm going to give away prizes. Now here's what's happening, right? Just so you know how the format works. In a short while, I will be going up there to film lesson 1, okay? Now while I'm filming lesson 1, when I'm standing there, I can't talk to you, all right? Can't talk to you because I'm talking to the recorded camera, which is in front right there, and I won't be looking at you. But you can still post your questions here because then Kenny and Jaden and the rest of the team here, Jaden is not an imaginary person as well. Come. All right, Jaden and Jack and yeah, come over here. So what happens is these guys here, they're gonna look at your questions and they will be answering your questions right now. Okay, not just these two, right? They look alike. They are brothers. There are a lot of people behind. Okay, all right, cool. Now you can sit down. All right, so while I'm teaching, you can still post your questions, and then they will post me the question that you are sending to here or here, so I can see it, and then I can actually add into the content while I'm filming it. Okay, now if you hear me say cut, I'm not cutting you guys. I'm just cutting them because sometimes I do some. You think I can do it one shot without recording, right? No, it's not true. Sometimes I have to refilm certain parts, and you got to watch me do that, right? And then if I walk over here, I'll be doing some writing, and hopefully the camera there will be able to show you what I'm writing. Okay, Okay, so the questions I can see here. All right, so when you post the questions, you can put on these screens. I'll be seeing your questions. Now, and then some of you may be thinking, hey, you talk so much, and there's no break in between. There's no break, but there will be some parts where I'm going to play you some videos, and these videos are important content that I need you to know, right? So these are the back end in case you're new or in case you miss anything. I'm playing some videos. When you're playing that video, I'll tell you what's going to happen. When I play you those videos, I will secretly run out to the toilet or the bathroom, come back, and you wouldn't even notice, right? So that's actually basically for me to catch a breather and wash my face or something. But generally, it's going to be continuing forever. And after every lesson that I finish here, I'm going to give you guys a special debrief on what I just did. All right, so in the debrief, I will deep dive on the questions that I've seen there and the questions here, and additional questions that you may have. So, and you need to be able to be here every time I do the debrief. And during the debrief itself, there might be some short video clips. That's when I will take maybe like a couple of minutes, just run out to the bathroom, come back, have a sip of coffee, and then, of course, continue answering. And here's the thing. While I'm showing you some of these videos, you got to watch it. Those are curated case studies. I'm going to show you some case studies on here while we're doing the debrief. And then you need to answer me some of the questions that I will post back to you of the curated case studies that I have. And if you give me the correct answer, I will give you some giveaways. All right, I'm going to give you some giveaways. Some are books, some are even online courses, which go for $497 to $2,000 courses, and you want to be there to answer those questions. And once I post the question there, you don't answer it here. Some of them you answer it here, but some of them I will require you to send that email to a specific email address, and when we get it, thousands of you here, right? So come on, I will be able to see it, pick the best ones or the first ones that come in, and then we're going to give you, I will announce the winners right here, okay? So you guys know who are the winners. So the giveaways for the correct answers and for those who have been consistent in their participation, and there will be also awards for those who are helping others a lot. Okay, I just want you to know, because if you are here from day one and you are helping those who are joining us new, and you're very helpful, I reward those who are helpful. Okay, this is our culture here. We want to be able to be as helpful as possible. That's how life is, isn't it? Okay, so now make sure you get lots of coffee and take your notepad ready, write lots of notes and write your questions here and be helpful to one another and enjoy the show. In a short while, I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to film lesson 1. All right, guys? And you check my mic and make sure everything is ready and then my notes ready. All right, you guys, look at how many of you guys are beginners here. All right, if for beginners, say hi. Right, okay. So for all the beginners, Kenny, do you have a video that introduces the concept of QiMen while I'm setting this and getting my notes ready?
I think we have to think. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Hang on.
All right.
Aiden, your side ready, Ro?
Yeah. Okay, so show them the video, QiMen, the invisible force that governs our lives. And while you're watching this video, I'll get my notes ready and I'm going to be on stage and I'm going to film lesson 1, okay? And they will cover the points, a few things about what QiMen can do in case you're new. This will be a perfect video for you. All right, send me the mic and get me the notes ready. All right, enjoy the video. The core principle of QiMen Dunja, it's about energy flow. Everything in this world, it's about energy. The ancient Chinese sages call this invisible force Qi. There are 4 types of Qi that is measured in a QiMen Dunja chart. The heaven Qi, earth Qi, man Qi, and spirit Qi. These are the 4 realms that governs everything in this universe. Everything in this world is energy. Our thoughts are energy, our feelings are energy. It takes as much energy to hate someone and to love somebody. Hate and love are also energy, just in different form. Attraction is energy, persuasion is energy. Our health is a form of energy too. If our energy imprint is bad, even if we eradicate all the illness and tumors in our body, it comes back to us because the energy fields are bad. However, if our energy imprints are positive, we get healthier and illness cannot live in our bodies. Now, when we try to get something done or achieve a personal goal in life, we need discipline. And you know what? Discipline is an energy. Now, when we come out to this society and want to connect with other people and network, guess what? People are attracted to those who vibrate a positive vibe or positive energy. No one is attracted to those who are gloomy and dark and pessimistic and unhappy all the time. Who would you rather be with? Someone who enters the room and brightens everything, cheers you up, lifts you up? Or would you rather be with someone who drags you down and drains you dry? Now, the most important question here is, which type of person are you? Now, since everything in this universe is a form of energy, your relationships, your connection with others, your health, guess what? Even wealth is a form of energy. Now, when we talk about wealth, we are talking about the power of creation. When we say someone is creative, we are talking about someone who has high level of enthusiasm and passion. Their constant enthusiasm and vibrant energy. It means that they're living at levels of high energy. Now, did you know that positive vibrational energy is a natural source of life? It is the natural life force that runs through us, that moves us to greater creativity and constant expansion. That is because the natural state of the universe is constantly flowing and expanding. The creation of abundance is the natural state of life. Whether it's the creation of wealth, creation of health, creation of knowledge, or even the creation of spiritual wisdom. Now, if you have low energy, you may be creating wealth blocks for yourself. And this is not a good thing. And if you're not in a constant state of creating life and creating wealth, you may be inadvertently creating blocks for yourself. And you just don't know it yet. Now, some people carry a secret guilt about wealth. They feel that inside, in some ways, they are not worthy of great wealth. Or perhaps they may even feel that having great wealth is in some way wrong or even immoral. Or maybe these people are just afraid that they may not be able to manage great wealth. So somehow they create a block inside them that blocks them from attaining wealth in their life. Now, as you practice QiMen, you become more aware of this energy flow. You may take notice as you search deep inside you, some of these internal blockages that blocks you from achieving your life's fullest potential. And if you practice QiMen correctly, you can help rid yourself from all these energy blocks and move you towards greater wealth flow. Like all energy forms, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It just moves around or is transferred from one form to another. So therefore, money is an expression of energy, and we use this to support our lives. Consciousness is the awareness and internal knowing of our thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When money is earned, saved, and spent consciously, it reflects what we most value in our lives. And really, this becomes an internal gauge of who we are, what we value, and what we really stand for in our lives. And by interacting with money consciously, we begin to feel good about ourselves and about our world. However, if you're not conscious about your wealth Qi, the opposite often takes effect. We often end up doing things that we don't know why we do it when it comes to money, and we often regret it. And if someone has low wealth Qi, it often explains why we do silly things when it comes to money, like buying things that we do not want or do not need, or worse, cannot even afford. The same unawareness of our low wealth tree can often also explain why we're stuck in the jobs that we work in that we do not like. If you use QiMen correctly, you can increase your wealth tree, and it helps us confront a series of moral and psychological perceptions when it comes to money. And with this heightened new level of wealth tree, a new level of consciousness will dawn on you. And you'll be asking yourself important questions like, what do I really want in life? Why do I do the things I want to do? What do I need? What is important to me? And what do I really want in life? Which ultimately leads to the question, what is keeping me from getting whatever I want? To really understand how we have gotten to where we are today, we need to study our QiMen chart to understand what were the wealth blockages that we have that caused us to be where we are today. And if we could unblock all this wealth tree, it enables us to move forwards towards greater wealth and abundance. Because the wealth tree acts as a glass plane to which we see everything in our lives. An example of this would be money buys security, or all rich people are greedy and evil. This ultimately affects our perception and expectation when it comes to money, and it affects our financial outcomes in life. The cost of not knowing your wealth tree level is very steep. It takes a toll in our life, causing blockages and obstacles in our work life, in our relationship with our loved ones, with our family, even with our own health. And ultimately, this prevents us from getting to know our true self. Now, thankfully, we don't have to be stuck in this way forever because we have the QiMen Divinity system. And with this, we can get unstuck and get the wealth tree flowing. Because QiMen Divinity is the tool we can use to harness, navigate, and understand this wealth tree around us. We cannot expect the world to change if we ourselves have not. We are them and they are us. It begins with us taking a stand to vibrate positively, and we need to use QiMen to transform ourselves. Only then we can create a sustainable world in which we love to live in. What if there's a tool that could change the trajectory of your life? One that could enable you to experience unprecedented growth in your business. A tool that allows you to chart your life on your own terms. Attain new vitality in your health, create and foster greater intimacy in all the important relationships in your life. Or perhaps to amplify your contributions to the world at large. Hi, my name is Joey Yap, and I'm here to tell you that it is all possible. I've not only seen it transform my life as a best-selling author of more than 169 books on Chinese metaphysics, and as a CEO of a high-growth, multi-million-dollar consulting business. I've also seen it transform the 50,000 people that I speak to every year in my world events. QiMen Divinity is a system created more than 2,000 years ago by the ancient Chinese sages during the warring times. It is a system created to map out the influences of heaven, earth, man, and spirit. Now, in today's world, this is known as the influences of time, space, matter, and events. In my 21 years of consulting experience with people from all walks of life, I've seen it create some really amazing results. And with the technology today, it's never been easier to teach or to learn this system. It has never been more accessible to ordinary people like you and me. And I've got it all figured out. Ready? It's time to film lesson 1. Now, once the cameras are ready to start shooting, I can only see your questions on the screens that are in front of me right now, but I can't answer them, okay? But my instructors will do their best to answer you while I'm teaching this. And I still hear the squeaking pen, Jaden. Can you not squeak that pen because it's interrupting my flow of thoughts? All right. So, all right. Are you guys ready? Okay. Yeah. All right. Wait. Okay. Wait. I gotta move this aside first. Yeah. It is not moving. My slides are not moving. What's wrong? Okay. I gotta move. Okay. All right. Okay. We start again. Ready? Okay. I gotta stand on this side. Hey guys, I'm Joey Yap, and welcome to the QiMen Divinity program. This program, it's all about the abundance blueprint. Now, what does it mean? Well, I'm going to take you on a journey, and this is an 8-part journey where you learn to do these 8 things and ultimately achieve abundance as a default setting in your life. Now, of course, abundance means that we live a full life. Now, a life without fulfillment is not a true form of success in life. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you through this process of using the art of QiMen Divinity to activate this flow of abundance in your life in the form of relationships, in terms of wealth, in terms of prosperity, and more importantly, at the end of the day, you got to be happy, okay? So here's how it works. The first step is to go through the process of awakening. Now, when we talk about awakening, it's all about breaking free from the invisible chains that are holding you back and building the foundations that form the spiritual part of your life. Now, this is important because in order for you to move forward in life, the first thing is to break the invisible chains, the limitations that we set upon ourselves that somehow block us from achieving all the prosperity and the success that we want. A lot of times, if you think about it, the greatest enemy is not in external. The greatest enemy is an internal. And every time when we talk to ourselves, when we program ourselves, when we give commands to ourselves, our spiritual self obeys the commands and therefore limitless. Now, of course, you think, no, I'm not like that. Well, the problem is we don't realize that. Okay, we don't realize that a lot of times our wealth blockage is created internally. Our prosperity, our happiness, our relationships, all we program ourselves to look at the problems of other people, to see what other people have done wrong, to look at how our spouse said this is not good or that is not good, so our happiness is affected. So a lot of times, if we don't awaken to the true divine in us, to the spiritual side of us, we are unable to move forward. So the first step is to break free of these chains that hold us back. Okay, and the second thing is, now that we broke free from the setbacks, we enable ourselves to move on to the next thing, which is to understand what are the 8 types of special spiritual guardian or spiritual forces that we have access to, okay? And this will allow us to become co-creators of the reality that we see, okay? Now, we all have a destiny chart. That's when you go through, QiMen, the first thing you do is you go into the QiMen Explorer, which come with this program itself. When you log in, you print your chart, and the first thing you say is, hey, what does this chart mean, right? You have so many different palaces. There's a wealth palace, there's a relationship palace. So what does this all mean, right? So, well, understanding the infinite cosmos, understanding what are the potentials in each of these palaces, allow us to have to understand the capacity, to understand, what we can do more and what we can have more, and of course, those that we have limitations on, what can we do to, enable the breakthrough, right? So this is the part that we become co-creators. We want to master the QiMen destiny, all right? So this part is quite interesting because you have so many palaces. Some of us have the well-being palace that is being affected because there's a negative door or negative deity in that sector. We're going to understand everything about that, what's the capacity and what we can do about it, all right? So after understanding that, we go on to the next part, which is extremely important. This is where a lot of people have issues when they are learning other basic QiMen programs, is how do I actually give an instruction? How do I ask the deity? Do I actually beg it? Do I pray to it? Do I do some rituals? In the past, they actually do some rituals, but that's not what we want here. What we want is to give strict instructions. Okay, you got to understand that the mind or your spiritual self is not the master. You or consciousness is the master. You are the master. So the problem is we allow the mind to cause the problems to us, to tell us the danger that doesn't exist, to create worries, to create stress, to look at issues that don't exist and cause fear to us. All right, where we want to make an investment, we want to start a business, we look at all the things that can go wrong, and we feel the fear, we feel the pain before we even started, and then we manifest that sort of reality. We don't want that. We want to be able to give the right command, be able to tell the right spiritual guardian deity to do the right thing, to give the instruction that they will obey. Remember, the mind is not the master. You are the master. You are the consciousness that gives the instructions. The question is, how do you actually do that, right? How do you actually give the right instructions? So, commanding the 10 QiMen forces in the right way can help you create the abundance, the health, the wealth, the love, create that position, the status in terms of your work. How do you do that? Well, I'm going to give you some very clear examples, clear instructions on how you can do that. Now, of course, there's a format for it. I call this the success path, and we're going to go through that. This is the actual formula that help you create that unshakable mental toughness, because you know what? When you go out in the real world, you have a lot of setbacks. Sometimes when you don't get what you want, you feel, oh, this stuff is not working. It's not like that. You got to be able to have that strict mental toughness to be able to block off all the naysayers and, the people who are against you in order to pursue your dream and get what you want. So I'm going to show you how you can do that so that you can ultimately achieve the outrageous success. So there's a path to it, and we're going to go through that as well as part of this training program. And then we're going to talk about how you can activate your superpowers. Now, from your QiMen chart, your Pathfinder, you have access to the Pathfinder, and you'll be able to see that there are some. Okay, hey guys, we gotta recut this part and put it back in. Okay, all right, I'm gonna start this again. Now, as part of section 5, what you're gonna get is that you're gonna look at your QiMen spiritual path. Okay, I'm not doing this well. All right, do I have a copy of this in the front? The actual Pathfinder. I can hold it to talk about this section. Yeah, you can just bring that to me. No, I need the Pathfinder, guys. Do you know what the Pathfinder is? Yeah. Okay, there you go. All right, this is the Pathfinder. I'm just going to pretend I got it from here, all right? Okay, rolling? All right, so guys, on topic number 5, we're going to learn how to activate your QiMen superpowers. And what happens here is that you have a Pathfinder, which is, when you plot this chart, there's also a section that tells you about the dynamic aspects where, the annual and the month and the daily charts sort of overlap and they create a special form of energy. And so if you know the right timing for it, you could actually use a specific day in a specific month, and with the right commands, you can activate super learning, for example, or you can activate, courage, activate faith, So there are a lot of things that you could be doing, and this is partly for those of you who have learned things like the 3 victory days. Well, this is like an extension of it, and it allows you to activate some form of superpower. And if you do it long enough, it becomes the programming that you can use on a consistent basis, okay? So there's just a couple of pages here. I need also the pages where you show the, yeah, okay. So here, all right, you guys cut to it, yeah? So what happens is there will be a chart where we're going to show you how you can use the spiritual contract in QiMen.
Camera's not rolling. Can you retake that?
Okay, you want to retake that? All right, okay, guys, retake this part. All right, so there is a page, once you are in this program right now, you'll be able to access your spiritual contract, which I'll show you how you can actually write this down in a correct way so that you can meditate or give the commands at the right time, the right direction, where you will be superimposing this chart here. It's called the dynamic chart. This chart here is actually the chart of the month and day, which you'll be learning when we get to the right modules and at the right time where these energies of the month and day align. You can use that as the activity, as the programming, as the command, where you can help activate your so-called superpower. And everyone has that. We'll give you more as we approach that topic, okay? All right, and of course, this leads us to the topic of bending reality. Okay, now bending reality basically means you're going to co-create the reality that you so seek. This term, I borrowed it from reading Steve Jobs' book. It's all about, sometimes even though the situations are against you, the environment is against you, people are against you, but somehow you manage to bend reality to your favor. Now, of course, if you do it long enough, a lot of miracles do happen. So remember at the start of this program, I talked about, how you could almost consciously create a miracle. Well, what it means is you're able to bend reality, and hopefully we can get to that part. You really understand the tools that can lead you towards creating, that reality that you so desire. What is the reality that you so desire? Well, it could be something to do with relationships, with the ideal outcome. It could be something to do with the ideal health or the ideal form of your career, the ideal form of happiness and fulfillment that you seek. Okay, now moving on, this is the part where it's most interesting. By the time you reach to topic 7, I will be introducing you to this chart. Okay, this chart here, it's called the oracle, and oracle is based on the minutes, and it's not based on the hour like some of you have done QiMen forecasting, which is an extremely important tool. It goes hand in hand with it. The forecasting gives you the strategy, this gives you the what and why. More on this as we approach lesson 7, and of course lesson 8, how do you actually embrace this into your lives. So this is the overview of the lessons we are going to go through in the QiMen Divinity program. And that's this path here. It's called the Abundance Path. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with lesson 1 right now. Oh, yeah, I need my coffee. Oh, that's my coffee. I hope you guys are enjoying it back there. And if you have questions, you can write this down because I'm going to start lesson 1 right now. Okay, ready?
Ready? Yep.
Okay. All right, there's some external sound. Okay. Guys, welcome to lesson 1. Today we're going to talk about awakening your QiMen powers. Now, before we begin lesson 1, before we can begin our journey into QiMen, first thing we must start out with is this very important question. What do you want in life? What do you want to achieve? Some people say, no, I just want to learn QiMen. Well, learning QiMen is only the first step. It's only a tool. It's got to help you get you from where you are right now to where you desire to be. Before we can achieve anything that we ever want, it always starts with the clarity of the actual what. Okay, what is the actual destination that we're going to get to? Some people here will say, you know what, all I just want is more money. Okay, if I just have more money, all these problems of mine will go away. Well, why don't you just describe what you want as the problems go away? Because maybe money is not the thing, right? Because it's not clear. When you're not clear, we cannot execute the right tool. A lot of people don't have clarity on exactly what's their actual purpose in life 5 years from now, right? They don't see their own future of how they want to create the future that they want to be, right? We say, oh, I just want to invest and succeed in investing. That's extremely vague. What does success mean to you? Because success is who you become, not what you get most of the time, okay? You become successful. You don't just all of a sudden, next day, wake up, oh, I'm successful now, right? It doesn't work like that. You got to have some clarity on what exactly do you want to achieve? And then we will use QiMen to achieve it, okay? So if you like say, I don't know what I really want, you know, I'm just a millennial right now. A lot of millennials don't know what the hell they want, right? It's just like, oh, I just want to play some games and win. Listen, then really what you want is some form of recognition and success in life in terms of your career. You want to be awarded for the things that you do, recognized or validated, for your ideas or your contribution, right? What sort of contribution in terms of your art, your work, right? So what is it that you want? If you don't know what you want, here's what I suggest. Why don't you write down what don't you want? For example, you don't want the pain of maybe being left or, someone dear to you, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, dump you, for example. You don't want that happening, all right? Maybe that's what you want. Then what you want would be, you want to create a lasting relationship in terms of what? The journey, the adventure, sharing, certain ideas together. A lot of people think, I just want great relationships. Then you ask them, what is great relationship? Oh, as long as he listens to me, it is called great relationship. Listen, listening to you might not be a great relationship. You want to be able to enjoy something together. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the respect, enjoy the process, of going through this adventure in life together, right? So what do you want, right? This is important. What don't you want? Because what don't you want will show you what do you want. Now remember, you can have everything you want or anything you want in life provided there's a fair exchange. Because remember, nothing is really for free, right? You got to be able to commit something and give something. Now some will say, oh, it's all about money now. No, money is just a form of energy. You got to give a form of your energy, part of your time, your resources, your commitment, something that you need to do in exchange for it. Therefore, the third part is very important. What have you got right now? Okay? So I give an example. You want a great career, you got to have something to give to the company or your business partner, right? In order to exchange for what you want. As long as you have what you want, you are able to use that to create the outcome that you get in return, okay? So this is important. It's extremely important. But in the spiritual world, what you have to give and what you get is not proportionate, right? So it may be a small exchange for money in exchange for a lot of other things in return, because it's not dollars and cents that we are talking about. Sometimes it's the thing that matters, that contribution, that care, that nature, that resources that you have, that you put in, and the returns can double or triple. So in the spiritual energy form, it's all about energy. And energy, the amount is subjective, okay? So it's not always a dollars and cents like the real economic world, all right? In this world, the exchange is an exchange in terms of energy, all right? For example, your love or care for your spouse is hard to measure in dollars and cents, okay? So what matters to her is very different than, what the economy or the market actually values in terms of dollars and cents, all right? So this is why it's important. What have you have right now? Time, resources, or willingness to commit. This is extremely, extremely important. And here's the thing, you might be able to go out and get something in exchange for something. So we'll talk more about this in a short while. Now, so these are rough areas in a person's life that people are interested in sort of getting. All right? I'm just giving you some ideas here because some people don't know what they want. Maybe there's certain things that you want to achieve in terms of your career. Is it the next position, and why do you want it? Okay, it's important because if you don't know why you want something, you will give up halfway. If you have a strong enough reason for it, you understand the reason why you're doing the things you do, you will start that business, you will do that partnership, right, and you will make things work. Some people say, I just want to find the right partner. My want is I find the right partner because I can't trust anybody. Then maybe you should look at what you have first. Are you trustworthy in the first place? You see, a lot of times people want to do nothing and get something. In all partnerships, it has to be equal. Are you going to give more or give less? If you're going to give more, you're always going to get more in return. Remember, it's a yin and yang thing, all right? So relationships and love, what do you want to improve in terms of this aspect, okay? The true aspects of relationships is the ability to give and that someone actually appreciates that. It's a two-way street, okay? It's not what that person gives you, it's that when you give that person appreciates. And I think a form of success is about this, okay? It's about the person that you love most loves you back. And then that will be a form of relationship success. Wouldn't you think so? All right? And family, what do you want in terms of family? A new kid, new child, right? Some people say, I just want my kid to listen to me. Well, why should they listen to you? Are you always right? Right? I think what you really want is happiness or unity or mutual respect. That could be the clarity of what you seek, right? How about social life, right? Some people have no friends, right? Or some people say, I have no friends because I just want a few friends. Well, maybe, you want to be more connected in terms of many people understanding you. Maybe you will contribute to other people's lives. Maybe you want to touch more lives. Maybe you want to transform more lives, right? That makes you feel more fulfilled. Part of success is, getting something, but part of true happiness is when you're able to take what you already get to give it out to other people. So fulfillment comes from giving what you've already got. That's how, true form of success is in life, right? Maybe health, you have an issue. Maybe you're chronically ill, or maybe you don't know what caused that illness right now. You want clarity on that. So as long as you know what you want, there are ways to get to where you want to be. So awakening first begins with knowing the answers to these questions. You got to know that first, okay? If you can't get this clear from the start, you're going to have a lot of issues trying to activate your QiMen eventually, because everyone talks about, I'm going to activate this and do that, but why do you need it, right? Maybe you're activating the wrong things. It's like trying to say you go down to, CVS pharmacy or any pharmacy out there and say, I'm just going to buy all this medication, eat it and I'll be healthy. You can't just take any medication, you take the right thing, okay? So here are some desires, and understanding the desires to understand life itself. Everyone has a desire, I have a desire, you have a desire. The question is, we got to try and put it into context here, okay? So a lot of us desire power, and if you look at the chart, some of you have already got the full access to the QiMen software. If you just look at your that horary QiMen chart, the horary QiMen chart is I think page 4 or page 5 in the software. When you click on that, and you should be able to see there are 8 palaces. One of it is called power. Power basically means feeling powerful or significant or outstanding. Everyone wants that. In some ways, they want to feel that they are validated. They want to feel that their life mattered, right? So we call it power, but what it really means is we want to stand out, okay? So maybe what we do is we want people to recognize us. So that could be power. Maybe you want affirmation and acceptance into a group, into society, into other people's lives. Some people say, I don't need any other person. That's just your mouth talking, but eventually, internally, everyone wants to be validated and accepted in some ways, okay? We want to be accepted by our loved ones, we want to be accepted by our peers, we want to be appreciated by our friends or loved ones in many ways. So that could be what you want, okay? And by the way, there will be a way to achieve everything that I say, that I list here, okay? Because this is only lesson 1. As we go down to higher modules, we're going to be breaking down this into different palaces, and as you approach to different timing or different oracle charts, it will tell you which aspect is affecting you subconsciously, okay? So I need you to have this understanding here first, okay? The preservation is all about survival, okay? people do what they do sometimes. They get nasty, they get angry with another person, or they try and protect their territories because they want to preserve, or they want to be able to survive in such a dog eat dog world, right? So a lot of times people do it out of defense rather than offense, right? So if you understand that, you understand why you behave the way you behave, right? It's an act of security. You're trying to feel secure. You're trying to feel certain that you're able to preserve, right? Some people, because of that, they don't take risks. For example, there's a great investment opportunity and you're not sure whether you should do it or not because you want to preserve what you already have and you're afraid of losing it, right? So, but is that sort of fear warranted? Sometimes it is because our subconscious or our mind itself, our spiritual deity is there to protect us, but sometimes they become overprotective. And when they become overprotective, then you can't take action. You're paralyzed into not taking action, all right? So now, this is for us to feel fulfilled. Progress and enrichment. If we don't make progress, we don't learn something new, somehow we feel stuck. The very fact that you felt stuck in any point in your life is because there's lack of making progress. You're stuck in the same position in terms of relationships, in terms of your knowledge, your learning, your being. If you're doing the same old, you're not going to feel very fulfilled, okay? You're going to get bored, and that's the problem, right? So making progress, how do you enrich your life in terms of knowledge, in terms of your well-being, in terms of your physical environment? People need to make progress in order to feel fulfilled. And maybe this is the real reason why, you can't get into clarity, okay? Or maybe you need some freedom here, right? People always say, I need to know the truth and nothing but the truth. Have you heard people saying that? I need to know the truth. Well, why do you need to know the truth? Well, to know the truth, because the truth will set you what? Set you free. Free to do what? Free to make choices and make decisions. If you're not able to make choices and decisions and take action on it, you don't have true freedom. So in order to find this, to get independence and freedom, you need to know the truth. And that's where the QiMen divination chart, the oracle chart, is there to help you. It's trying to see it as it is and try to see what's the message from the universe. So you can try to decipher the language and tell you, this is happening because you have these grievances, because you have this lack of, you have attachment to certain ideas or wrong concepts. So the QiMen chart, the horary chart is able to tell you that. And we're going to talk about that in about lesson 6, 7, or 8, okay? And we have this, romance and intimacy. This is another issue, right? There could be some past experiences or circumstances that cause you to lose trust in somebody, okay? Sometimes even, maybe it's not just the trust, maybe it's that you can't even forgive somebody or can't forgive something you do. That guilt itself can kill you because you did something wrong and you can't forgive yourself. Maybe that is the cause. So maybe that's what you want to improve, and the QiMen horary chart can give you some insights into it. Now, security, this is quite important. People don't feel safe to tell their secrets, right? That's why it's best that you learn this yourself and be able to solve this on your own. It's not so easy to find people whom you can 100% trust, or even you can. Sometimes you don't want to reveal too much, or you can't even say exactly what you intend to say because of security issues. Well, we don't know what that is, but you should know if the chart later on points out to a security issue, it might tell you a little bit about what you need to do and what you can do, okay? And of course, maybe for some people it's legacy, right? What I'm doing right now, doing this program and writing all these books, is so that I get to live forever. But I don't live physically forever, but my thoughts, my ideas, and hopefully my contribution will live for generations to come, okay? And of course, finally, as something tied into legacy, is about contribution, it's about giving back. It's about, giving back to the society who helped you a lot and be able to make an impact. So I don't know what your desire is, but it has to do with some of these 9 things, okay? If you can clarify that and write this down, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to make full use of the blueprint I'm about to share with you and create abundance in these aspects of your life. Now, so the concept of QiMen revolves around this concept of give and receive. Now, we heard this before. Oh, give and receive. It's a common concept. I know all about this stuff. Now, first, give. Give what? It's not just money. It's not about money. It's a form of energy, a form of output you're going to give, right? Like, for example, your intention and your instruction. You got to give an instruction to who? To your so-called spiritual self. You got to imagine this, right? All of us, right? All of us talk to ourselves. Come on, right? You may think, no, I don't talk to myself. There you go. You just did. Thinking is, in fact, a form of talking to yourself. Analysis is a form of talking to yourself. when you converse with yourself, you see, this is you and this is yourself. When you talk to yourself, that self is that spiritual side that we're talking about. That conversation is the instruction. So you're giving an instruction or you're giving a command in order to receive a certain type of results and or answers. So if you learn the instructions on how to give this, you will be able to receive the correct message or the correct outcome that you so wish to receive. Now, so it's important to understand that when we talk about the so-called giving, all right, or the thing that we have right now, we have our mind, which is independent, and then we have our soul, which is the energy form, our being itself, and then we have our body, which is the physical part. So in ancient times, QiMen involves rituals that involve a certain type of body movement. For example, there are rituals that require, it's not like a rain dance, but there's certain movement. The 7-star path where they walk the ground in a certain formation, they step on the stars in the physical form using their body to so-called bring forth the energy to infuse their mind and soul. So that is the physical form, the actual ritual itself. In the past ancient days, they do a lot of rituals, right? Nowadays, of course, if you do yoga, for example, it's a physical form of using the body to help control the mind. Okay, so the body is actually very tied down to the mind. If your body is more relaxed, it's in a more relaxed state, your mind is able to perform and expand, right? And of course, the soul is your actual divine energy itself. Along the way, it's a question of who controls who. Most of the time, we allow the mind to control ourselves, and therefore we have fear because we see all that could go wrong. And before the shit that really happened, you're already feeling this problem. Or we start to anticipate the future might go wrong, or maybe there's some stuff that you did at the back in the past that sort of haunt you. You keep replaying that button, that past relationship keeps working on you, and therefore you allow this to be the master, and the soul becomes the slave, and therefore you have these problems, right? All form of hatred, anxiety, and all the worries is a result of what is created here. Okay, so when you're running a business, for example, before you even run the business, you are thinking about ways that this could lose money, or maybe it becomes overconfident, right? You think that all this will work out without the mind looking at stuff that you could actually need to take care of, the action that you need to take, for example, in order to prevent a failure, and therefore cause a problem. So overconfidence or lack of confidence, all these are issues that this part here plays a part. Now, the problem is this: how do you give the right instruction? If you allow this to go on free flow, some of us with maybe the chart that is great, you have a great mind, right? But for most of the majority, this part is pretty much screwed up, right? So they always look at things that can go wrong or manifest the wrong thing, and then you have all these problems and issues. You have a perfectly happy marriage until you screw it up, or some people you're born with a great body until we start to do things that mess it up. So what can we do? Well, we need to be able to first purify the soul and then give the right instructions to the mind in order to take the right action to manifest the right energies into our lives. So think about this. Everything that we want to achieve in our lives is a form of energy. Everything, okay? External, internal, all begins with an energy. And you say, well, it begins with a thought. Well, the thought itself is a form of energy. So if we can direct the right type of thought with the right instruction when we are on autopilot, we will get the outcome that we so desire, okay? Now, in QiMen, there are many tools, okay? There are many tools. In this program, we're going to talk about several combinations of the tools. QiMen Divinity itself is made up of primarily QiMen forecasting. So many people use QiMen to forecast their actions, okay? So if they want to start a business, they want to forecast the outcome of starting that business, they use the technique of forecasting. Or they want to say, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend and see whether she's going to marry me or not. He's going to forecast, proposal A or the timing of the proposal. Well, that's all about forecasting. Forecasting implies that you're going to do something or not do something and want to know that outcome. It's almost like forecasting your business plans, right? Or forecasting a certain activity that you want to know the results to. About 90% of QiMen Divinity practitioners focus on forecasting, okay? That's why this is like a solution-based thing, okay? However, I find that after teaching QiMen for a long time, a lot of people are stuck not on the strategy part, okay? Like what to do. A lot of people are thinking, oh, is it the timing that I'm doing it? Well, yep, sometimes it's the timing. Strategic execution is knowing the what to do and when to do it, okay? Strategic execution is like trying to find the right fit timing that puts you in the right position, the right mood, the right environment, the right conditions so that you could take action. So strategic execution is strategically execute an idea at the optimum time, okay? So these two are the most widely practiced techniques of QiMen. We're going to cover some of it here, but mostly will be on a specific timing of month and day where you could be finding where the right energy aligns with you so you can activate super learning, for example, or activate courage, right? So, or be able to have more faith. Some people say, I have a lot of fear, I can't do this, I can't do that, or I'm really stressed out. Stress is just another, form of fear that successful people use, okay? A lot of successful people or achievers always say they're stressed out. That's because they fear, not being able to achieve their targets or, too many things to do at one time, can't achieve the actual outcome. So they say stress instead of saying they fear stuff. But everybody fears. So what is the counter to fear? Faith, right? So how do you get faith? Well, you can't just, I wake up one day, I have a lot of faith. You can't do that. But with the right timing and energy patterns, it can increase that possibility. And if you anchor yourself at that moment, you get the better outcome. So we're going to talk about some of this as well. This program doesn't talk about QiMen Feng Shui, so we don't use the location and direction and mountains and water formations. So it's got nothing to do with that. We're going to focus a lot on QiMen Destiny because QiMen Destiny talks about which aspects of your life that you can program so that it's on autopilot for you to become better. Okay. Spiritual QiMen, obviously, this is a program that talks a lot about the concepts of which guardian deity, what is the right command for it, how do you activate your intuition, how do you be able to have more sixth sense, you're able to sense danger before it happens, and how do you decipher the right information or just, common worries that you shouldn't have, right? So that part here, I'm not going to focus on Warcraft and the Sage Path, but this is the program that I'm going to introduce you to the Oracle. Okay, the Oracle answers the question of why, okay, why things happen, or at some point also what is happening. So while QiMen forecasting is the strategy, the why and what's are usually covered in the Oracle. Like for example, right, you feel a bit uncertain today. You find that I don't really want to go out and meet this person. I felt a little bit bad, but I don't know what it is. You can ask the Oracle, and Oracle shall reveal to you, that's because that is a nasty person, and you should avoid this partnership because this person is not with the best intentions. So it sort of tells you the why and what. It doesn't give you a strategy to solve a problem though. The strategy comes in forecasting, okay? So this entire thing here, it's called QiMen. Now, how are we going to learn this? How are we going to practice this? Well, I need you to understand that QiMen comes with a lot of different techniques. And not to worry, there's nothing technical in this program here. Everything is done for you in the software, but I want to tell you the right place to search for information in case, nowadays there are a lot out there in Chinese website or Google or anything, in case you want to manually plot charts, right? Some people are, they're quite anal, they like to manually do that. Well, I personally prefer for you to just use the software, which is the beta version right now, but it helps you solve the technicalities of plotting a chart. Majority of the system for San Yuan forecasting, strategy execution, they're all based on the San Yuan technique. It tells you the year, month, day, and hour. And astronomical QiMen is where you get the 28 constellations. It's also in your printout. When you print out your charts, okay, I'll just put this here. Can I have the charts, please? Okay. All right, guys. When you print out your destiny chart, you will see the constellations, and you will also see the 7-star positions, 7-star path. It's because of what we call astronomical QiMen. It's another technique of QiMen called Kamton. And the spiritual method is where you know the sage path, the correct formula, the commands that you'll be using to activate your so-called 3 victory days, and also to be able to manifest the outcome, to command your guardian of destiny to do what you want them to do. And the horary chart is based on the specific minute where you ask the oracle for guidance. It's like asking Yoda, what should I do at this point? And then you access the force, and then Yoda turns out and say, at this point, you should retreat. Okay, so having that is like having Yoda next to your in your life, right? Now, how do you access Yoda? First, you need to be Luke Skywalker, okay? Therefore, this journey is about you becoming that Jedi, right? And once you reach to the last point, now you can access Yoda. that is a format for it, right? It's not like he's got a walkie-talkie, you can just call him up. So you got to plot the chart and know what it means. So I want you to imagine you are in Star Wars, right? You know, Yoda talks in such a cryptic way. So, but if you understand the way he structures his sentences, you'll be able to understand what Yoda is saying. So that horary chart is similar to that. It's not that difficult. You got to know the terminologies. And once you know the terminologies, you can decipher what the horary QiMen or oracle is trying to tell you at this point in time, okay? Most of the time, the answers are not very direct, but you can figure it out because they are, you know the codes, they will tell you in this situation is more auspicious, do something or not do something. It tells you that outcome. But it doesn't tell you to like change the problem around. That requires a strategy, okay? That you need to talk to the Jedi Council. So now, this whole thing here is part of the charts that you are using. I don't recommend that you learn how to plot it by hand, but if you do, there's a book called the QiMen Compendium. It's a very small book. It's about 1,500 pages. If you read that, you probably learn how to plot this by hand, okay? Now, so everything about QiMen centers around this concept of qi, okay? The concept of qi. It's energy, it's vibration, right? So this vibration is extremely important because it vibrates at 4 different levels. There's the universe. The universe, the Chinese word for it is called sun. The direct translation is called the gods, okay? But what it really means is the cosmic universe. There's some form of energy out there, and if you can connect to it, you will be able to resonate with the divine, okay? And of course, the divine is pure. It's not designed to harm you, all right? What is designed to harm you is the human beings. We harm ourselves more. The divine force is created out of love, out of the positive life-giving force, okay? If you understand the creation of the universe, creation itself is about creating life. It's not there to destroy and kill life. When our physical body ends, our energy goes back to the source. It goes back to here. So if you can access this, we will be able to experience the divine, okay? So anytime that we go far away from the divine, that's when we have problems and issues and challenges. It's trying to divert us back. So if we can access this, you will be happier, more fulfilled, less trouble, all right? And of course, your girlfriend will come back to you, all right? So somebody say, oh no, this person is really bad for me. Well, maybe you're bad for that person as well, right? Maybe that person has achieved, you know, purity and you have not, right? There are a lot of issues and arguments and dispute. That journey itself is important, but we'll learn how to do that. All this is a form of energy, okay? Heaven energy, this is what we call the stars. In our chart, we have the stars. In the QiMen forecasting chart, you have the 9 stars. In the horary, in the oracle, you have 12 horary stars, okay? The 12 stars because it governs 12 animal signs, and these 12 animal signs is in that framework of the 120 minutes, 10 minutes each. Each time, each star will govern that 10 minutes, and it gives you a different chart, okay? And the earth are the 8 doors, the 8 types of activities and actions. Everything that we want to achieve in life comes in a form of certain activity. If you do something, you get an outcome. You don't do something, there's also an outcome. It's called the earth, the 8 doors. That's why QiMen Dunja is about the doors. And men, these are the stems, all right? Human beings, you got to have an effect on human beings. Certain people are the result of the activities and the thoughts that they have, okay? So good people, bad people, it's a question of all these combinations. So let me put this in plain language for you. The universe generates an idea, okay, in the mind, and it forms a thought. The thought itself will form an activity. The activity will form the results. That's how it is, okay? So this is the inspiration. By the way, inspiration means in spirit. So it's in this spirit. So when we get inspired to do something right, when we get inspired to write a book, when inspired to start a business, if we understand that inspiration, the thoughts will be right. When the thoughts are right, it leads to the right actions. The right actions lead to the right results. Therefore, success is who you become. Understand this format? So when you're saying, I'm unhappy, I feel really unhappy because I don't get the job that I want, you know, my team they're all made out of bitches and assholes, and I can't get the job done because all these are idiots. Well, this is the result. What actions lead to it? What thoughts? Collective thoughts. And is your group inspired correctly? Okay? If they are inspired correctly with the right inspiration or the motivation, some people say that, or the right energy form, the right group thought will be created, there will be synergy, and the right activities get done, and the success rate increases, or unity is there with everybody. So This format here is extremely, extremely important, and we'll be using this in the form of a QiMen chart because we're going to calculate this energy pattern, okay? So you already have that here, but let's look at this in detail. Remember, anything that we focus on, we send energy to. Always remember this. Anything that you focus on. So if you're focused on pain all the time, you're going to feel what? Painful. If you focus on solutions, you will get more solutions. You focus on a problem, you focus every day on what problems and what are the effects of the problems, then you get pain all the time, okay? So remember, intention is just generally directional chi. That's what it really, really, really is, okay? So if you understand this concept here, we will be able to plot the chart and be able to help us solve this problem. So these are the charts in QiMen, okay? Listen, you don't have to plot any of these charts by hand. The QiMen Explorer does that for you, but you need to know what it is, okay? There is a year chart that tells you the overall effect, the energy form of the year, and then there's the month chart that tells you, what's happening in this month, and then there's the day chart. When you are trying to give a command later on in the lessons you'll be learning, you have to know between the month and the day, okay? The overlap between these two charts give you the ability to access the right timing to give a command and the best time to train your mind to obey your instructions. I'll tell you that when we come to the lesson, okay? And of course, you have the hour chart, which is a forecasting, and the minute chart is the oracle, all right? At any one point in time you want to talk to Yoda, you need to use the minute chart, okay? Now I say it's Yoda, it's not real Yoda. It is the spiritual Yoda that you want to access, and he talks to you in a code. It's called the QiMen code. The oracle will tell you that, okay? And the destiny chart, which is this, that's the pathfinder. It tells you your path, okay? So here is a summary of it. The year and month is the progressive chart. What is a progressive chart? It means it's throughout the entire year, throughout the entire month. It's progressive. It's like a movie, okay? You look at the movie, it's ongoing, and then at one point in time, it doesn't tell you the full story. It's always ever evolving and changing. Whereas the day and hour chart is a snapshot. It's a period of time, a period in time, a moment in time. It's like taking a photograph. So that sort of tells you what goes on from that photograph, what is the outcome of certain actions. That's why it's called the forecasting chart, okay? And the synopsis of a certain intention or a certain worry that you have or a certain concern, it's called the minute chart or the oracle, right? So let's say now you're really concerned, you really worry whether or not it's a good idea to move to a different country. You want to move to India, move to Canada. You don't know whether it's a good thing or not. So let's look at the synopsis of this movie, right? So you ask the oracle, you talk to Yoda, and Yoda will say, move you shall not. Then you better not move. He didn't give you too much details. Apparently, according to the chart, you might have problems blending in, right? So that will be the minute chart. Well, will that change in the outcome? Well, depends on whether they give you a time frame or whether Yoda is in a good mood on that day to give you a full perspective. But we'll come to that. It's very interesting part of the oracle to learn what the universe is trying to talk to you about. And of course, your destiny chart is a life portrait, right? Your whole life is there. There's so many things in your life. Some things you don't get, but there are a lot of things you can get as well, right? So focus on the great, and you become happy and successful. You focus on things you don't have, you feel that life is unfair to you. Now, remember, your QiMen chart is nothing more than just time, space, and events, okay? So once you understand how you can understand time, space, and event, you could bend reality. So now you have the full aspects of this. And remember, these four concepts, it's in a nutshell, it basically means the spirit energy, the environment, like economy, like you want to try the best time. Some people start business or invest in something because of timing, okay? We know investments is good, but in the wrong time, investments can be terrible, okay? So you gotta know the right timing to do something, or the right place to do something, and the right people you need to be helping you with. So in your QiMen chart, any chart is always made up of, okay, the deities, which is the, now in your notes, you will get all these details here. So I'm not gonna go deep into this. It's on the top right corner of every box, there's the deities. The stars in the center top. And the doors is always in the center bottom of each box. Your notes have all this. Don't panic if you don't have the details right now. And the stems, these are always on the sides of the left and top and bottom of each chart. Okay, the notes will have all these details. Now, very important is this. Okay, QiMen is all about you got to have the awareness. QiMen, if you're aware of the energy, then you can structure and program your mind, which is your subconscious or the guardian deities. You don't want the deities to govern you. You want to govern the deities. Somebody say, these are deities in heaven. I can't be, disrespectful, this blasphemy to do that. No, this is not the God, right? This is you. It's your subconscious. The only difference is in your subconscious mind, there are 8 forms, 8 energy patterns. And if you understand what it is, it's like having a manual to say, in this form, do this. In that format, do that. And with that, you can control your energy patterns. That's what you're learning what to do, okay? Now, this is important before we go on to the actual lessons itself, and I need you to be very, very, very aware of where you are right now. Why QiMen doesn't work or work really depends on where you are right now. Listen, your energy, your mind right now needs to be in the stable form. At any one point, you may be on a downward spiral. This is like the most important lesson here you must learn. What is a downward spiral? When you recognize or you feel that there are many bad events happening in your life right now, okay? One after another, right? You have a car accident, and your insurance you can't claim, and then you got fired from the job, and then your house, your roof is leaking, and then your computer is spoiled, and then your mother-in-law is pissing you off, for example, all at the same time. And then you link everything together and you think that your life is bad. That's called a negative downward spiral. And if you're a downward spiral, here's what you need to do. You need to tell yourself that every event is standalone so that you detach from it. The moment you link every bad event together, when you link every bad event together, you go onto a downward spiral. When shit is happening, you need to immediately step back and say each event is independent and not linked, okay? The fact that you have a car breakdown has got nothing to do with your roof leaking. They're 2 separate events. As long as you disassociate and unlink them, you get to the point of stability. And if you can link every good event in your life that's happening right now, listen, there are also not many people have many good events happening, but if you can link every good thing that is happening right now, you will be on an upward spiral. Now, your QiMen commands and energy and whatever you wish to manifest works much better if you're on an upward spiral, okay? And this is your energy form. Remember, everything in your life is a form of energy, okay? It takes as much energy to hate someone as to love somebody, okay? And your anger with somebody can be channeled to loving somebody. The same amount of energy, okay? You can use the same energy to come up with ideas and do a good job, and you can use the same energy to hate your boss and not do shit, right? So same form of energy. The question is where you channeling the energy, all right? If you want something to happen in your life, you got to be first on an upward spiral. Or at least, if you want to program your spiritual self to do stuff for you, you got to be at a stable state. It will not work if you are on a downward spiral. Remember, none of this programming and commands will work if you're on a downward spiral. It takes longer time. If you want to use the physical QiMen chart, which I'm going to show you anyway in the next couple of lessons, to bring yourself back to here, than you trying to position yourself here internally, okay? We can use the external chart to bring you back to here, or you can be here mentally. This is very, very important. So ask yourself now, honestly, are you on a downward spiral? Do you see everything as being bad, or you see more of other people's mistakes? Now, let me ask you this. You may say, no, I'm stable, I'm good. Everything in my life is good. I'm a positive person, I'm positive. Really? Listen, in your relationships, do you see more faults with your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend than you see the good sides? Okay? Think about this. This is an honest question. You don't have to tell me. You just answer this yourself, right? If everything about him is doing like, oh, this guy has no courage, right? He's got no balls. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. If you keep doing that, you are on a downward spiral because you keep seeing the shit that's happening. Right? But it's true. Even if it's true, there's still something good. Otherwise, why are you with this person still, right? So if you are not able to see the good in others or in you, you are either neutral or down. You got to remember this, okay? If you keep looking, if you have the need to stare at her phone and see who is she messaging or who is he messaging, then you are there. As soon you will go to a big problem in your life, okay? You got to take note of that, yeah? So you got to be in a stable position. In your career, do you see more lack of benefits or do you see a potential? This is how you see either you're on a stable or negative downward spiral, okay? Everything here looks real, of course, but so does here, okay? If you're on an upward spiral, a lot of your commands and wishes will come true as you link good events together. So remember, you need this, okay? You need to be here, all right? So this is lesson 1. Important, most important takeaway is that you need to position yourself here. Of course, I will show you a way for you to connect to the spiritual energy and bring yourself to the point where you achieve this stability. Okay, so now remember, this has been lesson 1. It's all about awareness of QiMen. So rewatch this lesson, get used to the terminologies, read the notes that is part of lesson 1, understand what type of QiMen that we are doing, and make sure that your wants and desires are clear. And once you have that, and once you're ready, you can move on to lesson 2. Okay, guys, so all right, so that's just the introduction chapter. Okay, so I will be, of course, going through lesson 2, which I will tell them how they can access the guidance spirit once you come to tomorrow's lesson. Now, before this, I need you to do a few things here. For those of you who are watching the training right now, and of course, if you're new, this has been an introduction. And of course, if you already have some background in QiMen, that would have given a good review of the basics that you need to know. And more importantly, let's participate in this. Write down what you want to achieve, what you desire to achieve, what are your actual desires, because we're going to take this as an actual training as well, right? To get what you want in life. Now, I need you to go and plot your charts, okay? Yeah, guys, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the lesson. Here, okay. So go here, joeyup.com/QiMenX. You will be able to plot the charts that I was using and will be using the next lessons. Okay, and here's the thing. You need to bookmark this page. You bookmark this page. Yep, this is the page. Guys, can you also post it on the comment section right now?
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah, okay. The comment section is joeyup.com/QiMen Divinity. You check back on this page daily because I actually have the schedule updated. And I have the latest announcements here before we actually start the filming, and the agenda updates, and all the training related, whatever downloads we can give you, we'll put it here. Now, some of the notes when we are filming these lessons are not ready, so I can't give that to you. So that will be part of the program when we release it later. But whatever I can give you, I will be able to put it here, and my team actually have it here for you, okay? And now we've got a lot to cover the next 3 days. The next 3 days is the actual core training content. It will look like this, but it will have a lot of content. Even if you've done QiMen before, it will be, I believe, a deep dive into aspects that you've never probably learned before, like QiMen Oracle, for example, that's coming up. So I wanted you to make sure you watch this live and not watch the recording version. I mean, if you have no choice, you can watch the recording, but because you want to be able to be here, like, you know, I'm seeing all these comments coming in here. My team is answering, right? All you guys, so we can move quickly, and I don't want you to miss any of these things here. And the chats are only available live, okay? Only available live, and if you miss the live session, then you can always click the replay button, but you won't be able to get the chat live and can't ask the questions, okay? So now, the next 3 modules will be very, very important. I'll give you a quick rundown of what it is before we begin, but here's one thing. I want you to be able to see this video, catch this video right now. The 4 types of people that the QiMen can truly help, and you want to identify with that. And of course, what can QiMen do, and of course, these are some of the actual cases that people have been using it for some time. And while I get some notes here ready and give you a rundown of what we're going to cover in the next 3 sessions, okay? All right, go. The physical and non-physical realms has fascinated mankind for thousands of years. Questions like, why are we here? Is there a higher purpose? Are we guided by a universal mind? Are our lives destined? These are all questions that we will ask ourselves at some point in our lives. There are 4 types of people that QiMen can particularly help. The first type, it's called the unlucky. Now, the unlucky ones, as the name implies, are the ones that always end up with the shorter end of the stick. They thought that they just landed their dream job, and it turns out their colleagues are horrible and their boss was a total moron. Or they found the love of their life and it turns out to be a horrible nightmare. Or they're constantly plagued by health issues and their insurance don't cover it. Or perhaps they even, at the extreme case, meet with constant and never-ending accidents and challenges and problems and haters all around. Now, these people are known as those who are in the cycle of bad luck, and sometimes this is just an energy form. Now, the second type of people are called the cruisers. Now, as the name implies, this refers to a group of people who are looking good but are going nowhere. These are the type of people who talk a lot of positivity. In fact, they even post a lot of inspirational quotes on their Facebook, but in their real life, they are not going anywhere. They're stuck at the same place. They talk about starting a business for years and nothing happened. They talk about changing their jobs and for years then nothing happens. They thought about going into a relationship but they can't commit. So they just cruise along and they look good, but in reality, they are glued to the same place. The third type of people are called the high flyers. Now, this category of people are those who are succeeding in their art, they're successful in their career, maybe they even own a thriving business. They seem to be on top of their game. However, deep down inside, they are miserable and lonely. They haven't found that special someone to share their success with. Somehow there's an energy block that prevents them from getting intimate with someone special, or in fact, they couldn't find that someone that could be on their level to share their lives with, and so they are stuck working hard, moving forward, but in a lonely fashion. Now, the fourth category of people are called the seekers. The seekers are those who've already found their personal drive and purpose in life. They know what they're doing and they're loving what they're doing and they're contributing to the world at large. So what they're looking for now is an avenue to expand and contribute more to the world and to be able to impact more lives. They already have established a successful career or business, they already have a family, but they want more. They want to be able to influence more and help more people. This category are those who need the spiritual connection, the ones that could reach out and amplify their powers and touch more lives.
Achievement is not strange thing.
Something external, something from universe or something, surrounding is helping, then why not use it?
You can become better person, lead better life with this knowledge.
This is fantastic tools to do business,
relationships,
Health issue and so on.
it's been amazing results. It amazes me every time I use it. And when I see the results, I start to test on my husband and co-workers, and I find a very good results.
Miracles are possible. QiMen is a tool for you to create miracles in your life.
I think learning metaphysics somehow is very useful in any way, any aspect.
Okay, ready? Okay, my microphone on? Okay. Welcome back, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that little clip there. And now, so what we have here, before I do a recap of the modules and what we're going to talk about in tomorrow's lesson, let's do some giveaways today. Now, this is how it works here. If you watch those videos now, and the short one, wait, not yet, okay. You can't just say me, okay? I haven't even said the questions yet. So you're going to answer to the best of your ability, and I'm going to choose from there. I'm going to call your name out, and then if you get called out, and then my team will contact you personally, and then we're going to give away our gifts today. So today, I will give away 3 books, the Sun Tzu Warcraft. Okay, so this is a sample of it. Let me tell you what this book's about. This book, it's about how QiMen Divinity is applied in the form of Sun Tzu Art of War. Some of you have heard this. Sun Tzu is a business, as a business strategy today. Well, a lot of his terminologies are actually used in QiMen. So this book actually gives you that the entire process of how it is done. And it says here it's for business, politics, and absolute power. Isn't it interesting? So I'm going to give you a signed copy of this. Now, the first question is, you've watched the videos, okay? So there are 4 types of people that QiMen can help. The first one, or that can name them in this list. Yeah, all right, wait. Ready? It says first one who name all 4 will get this book. All right, ready, go. Okay, wow, not bad. All right, okay. Now, it's got to be all 4, right? You can't make shit up, right? It's got to be an actual 4 here. All right, the 4 types of people. The video is just watch, okay?
Can you verify the names?
And you verify names as it's coming up, all right? And you got to have already been participating from the start here. All right, so here's, okay, right. Emily Harville or Harrell? Emily Harrell, okay, Emily Harrell. Yep, that's you. All right, great. I like your answer. All All right, Jaden, can you take down? All right, contact Emily. That's good. And all right, keep them coming. All right, I'm going to ask you another question. All right, to be fair. All right, private message, Emily. All right, the next one. I'm going to ask. Can I see the questions here? All right, okay. I've talked. You saw the videos, and we talked about what QiMen can do. All right, we talked about several things that QiMen can do. Name me 2 of them. Name me 2 things that the QiMen Dunjia system can do for you. All right, you write first one. Write this down. We're going to get it. All right, ready, go. It got to be exactly 2. I mentioned a couple of things. It's got to be 2. All right, keep them coming. All right, you can repeat your answers, but I'm going to pick one of them. All right. Let's see here. Mark Scott. All right, Mark Scott, I like your answer. Jaden. All right, take note of Mark Scott. All right, I'm going to send this book to you. I'm going to sign this copy. Jaden will be contacting you for your full name, your address, and I'm going to mail this copy to you. Okay, so great. Now tomorrow there'll be more chances of more giveaways. I'm going to participate in this in every break in between the filming of the lessons. I'm going to talk to you guys and I'm going to answer some questions. Okay, so we've been through, you saw lesson 1 just now, and so let me look at some of the questions. I'll keep posting the questions here. Now some of them my team already answered them, so I will skip that. All right, keep them coming here. Okay, thank you. All right, so the first question here, can QiMen Dunjia help get a new job? Okay. QiMen Dunjia, there are several methods. First of all, you got to understand what's the blockage, all right? Is it lack of skills, or is it the ideal type of job that you're looking for that you're not getting? Because a lot of people, when they say they don't get the job, it's the ideal type of job they're not getting, all right? Or so, I'm just going to post up like 10 resumes and see which one calls me first, and then when they see one and they don't like it, and they say they're not getting a job, right? Or nobody is texting, is calling me. Well, nobody's calling you because you might not be specific. So here's what I need you to do. Yes, QiMen can help you, but first you need to identify what's the real problem. Is it that you have no purpose? Is it that you don't know what ideally you should be doing? Or you don't have the right skill set? Or you're just trying to get by, right? Clarity of what you want allows you to get, the outcome that you desire, okay? Of course, we're going to talk about tools for it, but the answer is yes if you have clarity, okay? So here's a question. Can I use QiMen even if I'm not a spiritual person? I don't go to any temples or churches. That's absolutely fine because we are not talking about the religious thing here. You don't go to the temples or the churches or whatever. That's the religion. Spiritual is about your own understanding, your own enlightenment, and your own improvement, your self-improvement. When you start to become a better human being, that's a spiritual improvement, okay? Spiritual is also about taking the invisible, meaning your ideas and inspiration, and making it into part of your real life, okay? So the answer is yes, and I'm going to show you how in the upcoming lessons. I can't wait for the oracle, all right? Can you tell me more about it? Well, wait for it, it's coming. Day 3, we're going to be talking about it, but in general, it is trying to get wisdom from the universe, trying to give you guidance. Like you don't know what to do and you're really confused and all that. QiMen Oracle is supposed to be able to shed some light on your current confusion as long as you form a certain intention. Your intention is clear onto getting what you want to, what answers that you seek, okay? So while waiting for the actual outcome, the lesson I'm going to teach you, please try to get your questions clear, okay? And then when you come to the QiMen Oracle, you're going to have fun learning this, okay? And yes, even if you have no background in QiMen, you will be learning this. Remember, you are learning a whole course right here. I know you're going to watch it from the side, but hey, we still haven't come up with the final product yet, but at least we are here now to answer your questions. So yeah, put in your all and be here live, and we're going to try and answer your question, and you get to learn this as much as possible, okay? All right. What's the difference? You want to be a beginner. Difference between 八字 and QiMen. Well, 八字 is your date and time of birth. QiMen uses 八字, but not in the form of destiny reading. It's the form of forecasting. So it takes the date, year, month, day, and hour and translates it into a forecasting chart, which is able to tell you the strategy to take if you would like to get a specific outcome. Or it can use, if you use the minutes, then it tells you the oracle, right? It's sort of like a divination. What does the universe or the guide is trying to say to you? It's trying to convert the language and give you the guidance, okay? Now, you just need to know what to ask in order to get the guidance. If you don't know what to ask, it's like 10 times 0 equals 0, right? Because you got 0, you got no intention of asking anything, okay? All right, keep the questions coming. I'm going to answer a few here. I've always had problems with forecasting because I can't understand QiMen markers. All right, so you've done the course before. That is great. It looks like QiMen marker doesn't need a QiMen marker. Yes, it does not need a QiMen marker. It just needs a question, okay? And because your mind fluctuates all the time, every 10 minutes is a different chart. Okay, so it's capturing that moment. Yes, you don't need a marker, but you do need an intention, though, clarity or intention to get the right QiMen chart per se. Okay, I'll explain more on markers later on. It's a different form of marker you need to get. Okay, I'm new, very good presentation. I'm not Chinese. Is learning this hard? Well, did I speak in Chinese so far? Well, I'm speaking in English, right? So as long as you can understand what I'm talking, and you will be able to learn this. It's not very difficult, right? So give your full attention the next couple of days. You know, clear up all your appointments and be here live. And how long will each lesson last? I don't know. All right. Don't you want it to last as long as possible? I will, you know, do whatever it takes to complete the lessons. So, barring any refilms, it should be done in about 3 to 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. I'm not sure, but do allocate the time to do this. Don't watch the replay. Watch it live so you can ask the questions. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this. Now, let me clear up some of the you know what we're going to cover the next couple of days. So tomorrow when we start the lesson, I'll go straight to talking about the infinite cosmos. The goal is to effortlessly elevate any area of your life at will, because we're going to learn about how you can access to your guardian of destiny, and I will be talking and explaining to you what each guardian of destiny is able to do and what their special abilities are, and how do you actually access this energy correctly. Okay, how do you get into the right sage mode and do the right commands. Okay, so come earlier. You know, we say we start 8:30, but be here a bit earlier because the forums will be open. There'll be discussions. You can talk to each other, and I'm going to show you a video. The team will show you a video to give you some background information and details, a pre-lesson before the lesson actually begins. So you want to be there to watch it. And then I'm also going to film the QiMen commands. All right, the right way to give the instruction is not an asking. You do not beg for this. Okay, you merely give an instruction. How do you actually tell the guardian deity, which is obviously part of your spiritual energy, what to do? Okay, it also answers why so many people are not getting the outcomes that they want in their manifestation. Okay, so this is it. This is why you're not getting it, and I'm going to show you how you can get it. Okay, there's a step-by-step approach to it, and I want you to follow that format to get the outcome that you desire. Okay, so that's I think it's one of the most interesting topics here. So, and tomorrow I'm also going to go through the success path, which is the spiritual formula for unshakable mental toughness and outrageous success, because I'm going to give you the actual way to actually, you know, sort of do the programming correctly and make the wish come true in different aspects of your life. So a step-by-step model, if you will, okay, to get to the outcome. So I probably will finish these 3 lessons by tomorrow, and then we'll leave that for day 3. Okay, so tomorrow's day 2. I'll try to be concise and answer all the questions available. Okay, so oh yeah, okay. So there's a lot of gifts I'll be giving away. All right, so these are very expensive books on my current e-store here, and then we have books to be given away like the QiMen deities, or you can learn about it, the doors, and then the QiMen Destiny, and then the ultimate will be the compendium itself. Right, we're going to giving away a lot of these books. So you got to stay tuned with us as we go through all the videos. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Did I cover everything that I need to cover?
I think we did.
Okay. Yep. All right. Cool. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Keep those questions coming, and we're going to continue some of these conversations in our Facebook page, right? Because that's where, right now this is live, and of course then we're going to go offline, rest and sleep and get ready. And tomorrow we're going to actually film the other 3 lessons, and in between more Q&As with you guys, more giveaways. I want you to participate in this entire journey with us, and you get to learn the entire abundance blueprint. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and have a great evening thinking about QiMen tonight.